Hey guys, welcome back to the Honey I'm Home podcast. I'm Talon.
I'm Briz.
And welcome back.
We're here.
Yeah.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. You're definitely a lot more energized.
Yeah. Because I ate.
I gotta feed you before.
Yeah, you do. Every time.
We should have just said that, man.
Sorry.
I could have made you an egg or something.
I know.
What did you eat?
That doesn't matter. I just had a little snacky snack.
Okay. You don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it.
Because it's just a childish, like, you know what I mean? It's like I had an attitude before I ate something childish like that. Like, you know? Fucking crackers and tuna and cheese. Like, it wasn't even a meal. It was just like...
It's actually really healthy, and to me, that's not childish. What would have been childish is like a Twizzler or a Snickers or...
Well, I have that too, but I didn't eat that yet because I was like, I need something heartier. Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah.
You said something the other day. We were going back and forth on a trip from wherever we were coming from. And you were like, oh, we should make this a topic on the pod. And it was about finding and maintaining independence in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. I did say that.
I was like, cool, let's make that a topic. But why did you say that?
Because of our argument.
We had an argument? Damn, just put us on blast. What did we argue about?
She was like, we were talking about it before. She was like, oh yeah, just save it for the pod. I'm like, okay, I'll save it for the pod if you want me to. Now she's like, oops.
What was the argument about?
Well, not really it wasn't really an argument. It was a
discussion.
I don't like calling our arguments because like we don't raise our voices. We don't yell at each other.
Do be going back and forth though.
But we'll go back and forth. So because of our go back and forth.
Okay.
Because of our back and forth.
Okay, so do you want to talk about that or
disagreement back and forth?
We already talked about it and we cleared the air, right?
No, yeah, we already talked about that. Okay. But that is what sparked
the idea
because basically a little backstory on the argument or the back and forth. A little backstory because we had went away for
a day.
Yeah, like a day and a half. And I have a very busy weekend coming up with like different work projects that I'm working on and stuff. And she got a little upset, or not upset, but a little...
I felt a type of way.
She felt a type of way because I had to like step away a few times and like handle some business. She said it was because of the timing of my step away versus me having to step away. Because it was like, she's like, yeah, well, like that's when we were like making breakfast. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I understand, but like, you know, whatever. We don't need to get back into that part.
But now we're there. So I would have just liked for you to be a part of that moment, especially because you do like to cook for people. That's like one of your love languages. Yeah. And I personally didn't want to eat without you, which I did because I had to because you kind of came in like that much late, and I didn't want to hold them up from eating. Mm-hmm. You know, so to me that was just kind of like a pivotal moment in like the whole stay. So yeah, kind of hurt my feelings, but I do understand. Obviously, I'm going to understand your work ethic and priorities and stuff like that. That doesn't bother me. It was just the timing of things. And honestly, I probably could have just told you that versus taking it out on you in like a different
first
way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think we talked about that.
No, yeah, we did. And yeah, we're totally over that portion of it. But it did spark me being like, okay, like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really feel like I could have done anything different. Maybe I could have been like, hey, can I call you back in like the next 30? Or like, can I call you back within the hour? Like, you know, but sometimes with work, I don't know. Sometimes with work, you can't always do that. But in relationships, if you know that your person is like looking forward to a certain thing, like, you know, like me looking at like the time that we were there, me knowing you, I could have pointed out like, oh, this is going to be important for her. This is going to be a highlight for her. This is going to be, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know,
that just goes back to communication and not having to, because I also don't want you to have to like, quote unquote, read my mind or know certain things, because you're your own person, and sometimes you might have stuff that you're thinking of, like that you're not necessarily always thinking of me in that way, you know what I mean? Which is like not a bad thing. You just got so much shit on your plate, you know? Yeah. That's okay too. So it just kind of goes into communication. You know, I also could have been like, hey babe, like we're about to go make breakfast. Can you just make sure that you're there for like
Right, because it's something that she did not do.
I went down there and told you we were making breakfast, but I didn't tell you how like I felt about making breakfast. And it's so tedious making breakfast. But we only made.
You weren't there when we made breakfast, but I get it. It sounds little,
it was
but
deeper than it sounds.
Yeah,
and it was. We only made breakfast once, and you were the one that was making the French toast, so we needed. That was like a part of the breakfast that we needed, you know?
But I still made the French toast, and it was fire.
After the fact, but yes.
Anywho, so that whole situation did spark my idea of like, okay, like, you know, it's just like when you're with somebody, like your whole lives are so intertwined. Like the fact that we're arguing about breakfast right now, like that's how intertwined our lives are. Like,
it was
you know,
important to me.
I love breakfast. I love breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And my snacks in between. So I was like, you know, like that just kind of, then I just went into a rabbit hole of just thinking like.
In your head?
In my head, yeah. When I was quiet the whole time for like half the ride.
You were quiet for a while. I was like, damn, we're still fighting. Driving on all the way back to LA.
These are all the things that I was thinking about. So
okay, so go ahead. So now let's get to the topic at hand.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, and how are you going to move forward in a relationship? I was
getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I was trying to set up the question, but okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be fucked up when I'm editing.
Oh my god, do it again.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, so now I forgot what I was gonna say. Are we arguing?
No. We're going back and forth.
Oh yeah. No, we're going back and forth. It's funny. But anyways, I was thinking, I was silent in the car ride because that's what I was thinking about. And I was like, dang, like that's so crazy. Like your whole lives are so intertwined, da da da. And then I was like, when does it become a point where it's like, am I no longer like my own individual person where I can just like make these decisions for myself and just kind of like do what's best for me, but at the same time, it's still going to be the best thing for the person that I'm with, or like, you know what I mean? Like, yes. Do you get what I'm getting at?
Yes. Like, at one point, can I go home without having to call this person because she knows I call her every day? And yeah, because that's my thing to call her every day. Versus just let me go home because I just need to just try to get home. I want this ride just to be with me, myself, my music, whatever. Mm-hmm. Versus somebody taking that personal and being like, but you always do this. Right.
And it's like, at one point, can I do something that's a little bit different? Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah, that's kind of like what sparked the idea. So then once we were like back, like
on track
and friends again, that's what I say. I'm like, are we friends again? After a little back and forth, after we were friends again, I was like, I have a really good podcast idea.
Yeah, and when you said it, I was like, she must be in her head just thinking this whole time about that.
I was.
So what are you gonna do?
Well, I haven't really thought that far yet. I just thought about the idea for us to discuss.
Okay. I mean, I think it all just really comes down to communication and being like, if one of the other does take something personal, being like, yeah, babe, but, you know, I do need this space, or I do need to do this, or I did need to put myself as a priority, or work as a priority, or whatever. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think that's okay to do, and just... I mean, it all really comes down to communication at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, just talking about it.
No, yeah, I agree. Because...
I feel like we're both pretty easygoing in the sense of, like...
We can communicate.
And we're very understanding. So, me being able to come to you and have the safe space to open up and be like, hey, babe, I would have really appreciated X, Y, and Z. Breakfast is important to me. And you are being able to understand that and be like, yeah, you know, you're right. Like... Maybe I could have done this differently, whatever. But then also you telling me, like, hey, I had work, blah, blah, blah. Like, me being able to be understanding of that and being able to put your business and your needs as a forefront, you know? Yeah. Comes hand in hand, and it's just understanding and communication.
Yeah, it definitely all comes down to communication. But I also do think, too, and this is what I tell a lot of my friends that are like either just now starting to date or like getting into something serious. You can't start out the relationship like without boundaries. Just because you're so excited and so happy, because it's going to be so hard for you to get your independence back if you just start out so codependent with somebody. Yeah. You know?
I think
especially if you don't have good communication, because I feel like we started out very codependent and then it became a point where it was just like, okay, like, you know, this is cute, this is great, but like, you know, I kind of want to like go hang out with my friends, but I want to just go hang out with them just to like, you know, like love you. I'll miss you. I'll text you. Like I'll call you, but like I just want to do this. Or you being like, you know, oh, I'm going to go here by myself instead of invite you, or like, you know, which like that's okay. That's not a bad thing. But I feel like at first it was very like, oh, this is different. This is new. Why don't you want me to go now? Like why?
Because it felt like, yeah, and I understand why people feel the way they do, because it's like you're consistent all the way up until this point. All of a sudden, you're switching up. So what does that say about our relationship?
But I think that's a bad way to think about it.
Of course, that's just naturally as humans what we think, though. I'm not saying it's a good thing, and I'm not saying it's not toxic. Yeah. I'm saying naturally that's what we're thinking, because we're and then also we're creatures of habit. So the more we continue to do something, it becomes routine. It becomes a part of our life, and we just get used to it, and that's what we expect. That's another thing. Expectations. We don't need to be expecting shit from people. Even if they're not your significant other, it could be parents, it could be cousins, brothers, sisters, whatever. Like, expectations, friends expectations will always get you fucked up, you know? So, I think that's kind of just what it comes down to. But I do agree with you saying, like, going into a relationship and not feeling like all this codependency from the go, but
it's just gonna be harder to kind of get your independence back if you started out so just like, and I have no boundaries, willy-nilly, like, you know what I mean? Like, you should still, even though you're very excited about your new relationship, you should still hang out with your friends. You should still have your alone time. Like, miss that person.
Let yourself miss
that person. Like, and it's hard when you're really excited about something, but
and I think that goes back to us also feeling the honeymoon phase, and it's like that shit is literally addicting, and we've been talking about this for the past couple of days, how addicting that is. And it's like scientific proven that it's addicting when you're first dating someone and you feel all these things and these feelings.
Is it, like dopamine? It's like a certain chemical that releases in your brain. The same thing that if you're like on drugs or like, you know, whatever.
And we have like very little to no control over that, especially if you don't practice resistance or control. Like, you're just gonna be addicted, you know? And that's how people fall into these toxic traits, because they're not naturally meant to be together, and they're in this love stage, honeymoon phase, and then they fall out of it, but they're so codependent because of that addictive phase. They're so codependent, and now they're not even meant to be together, but they are, because they're addicted to the toxicity of like what they once had, you know, and they can't let go.
So what do you feel like you do to try and be like, okay, like, I'm Prisma in a relationship, but like I'm still Prisma at the end of the day? Like, what are the things that you feel like you do to be like, let me not be so codependent on Talon, like let me make sure that I'm, you know, myself. Like, what do you feel like if you had like two things, like I do this and I do this to make sure that I like keep my independence and like
I mean, I definitely make money one way or another. Like, that's always like a focus. What the other one is like
hustler.
Like doing passion projects, like stuff that I'm genuinely like interested in and have a love for.
So immersing yourself in work.
Yeah, I think that's extremely important. And then also watering relationships that are outside of work and outside of us, watering like those relationships. You know what I mean? Like, whether it has to do with your parents or your siblings or friends. Like, I think that's really important to do, having that balance, that work life and you personal balance, if that makes sense. What about you?
I feel like I do nothing. Just kidding. I feel like I
think you do the same.
I feel like I do the same, but I was trying to give two different ones, so I wasn't just trying to be like same. But yeah, same. But also, I feel like, a big thing for me, I try and like, even if you're at home and chilling, 8 times out of 10, I probably will just like chill with you or whatever. But I'll try and make it a point to be like, okay, like I'm gonna get up and go do X, Y, and Z. You know, like even if you're at home and like, you know, because it's just like it kind of gets me out of the like routine of just like, okay, she's home and chilling, so like I have to be home and chilling with her. Yeah, 8 times out of 10 we will.
I don't think it's like I have to do it. I think it's just so easy to fall into it without even realizing that you're doing it.
But that's what I'm saying. Even 3 years into a relationship, you still like, I still have to remind myself like, okay, Talon, you could be doing this, you could be doing that. Like, get your ass up and, you know, this might be a good time for you, even though you're very comfortable in your relationship and you should be. It might be a time for you to hit up that friend that like you have been brushing off for this amount of time or whatever, you know? Like, I feel like also, too, especially since we live together now, it's like, you know?
Yeah,
it makes it a little easier.
I've caught myself doing that, too, more so, because I'm like, okay, well, she's home. Let me do X. Just because she's home doesn't mean I have to be home.
Exactly.
Let me do X, Y, Z.
Yeah, I think that's the mindset.
Yeah.
But
good job. Period. Partners being outside.
Girl, you look good, won't you back that ass up? You's a fine motherfucker, won't you back that ass up? Come and get daddy when you back that ass up.
What?
Like with the ratchets and stuff. What?
I don't know.
Like she don't be outside?
I don't know who does that.
Okay.
That's so weird.
What do you think about people who are in in-depth relationships? Serious ones,
and they be outside,
or like one of the partners be outside, or one of the partners doesn't like the other one to be outside, or you get the drift.
I think that as long as your partner isn't putting themselves or your relationship in harm's way, I don't think it matters what they do. And I think that anybody that has a say on what anybody does is a weirdo.
Okay.
What if I'm controlling?
100%. What if I'm like, babe, I really don't feel comfortable with you doing this, and this has.
What are the reasons why you don't feel comfortable?
I'm insecure, but let me work through my insecurities. I don't want you doing this. Let me work through my insecurities, and then once I'm done, you can go do it.
That's a conversation.
I mean, I don't have that problem.
Yeah, I was like, I'm
playing devil's advocate.
Okay, got you. Yeah. I just think that you should never try and like control anybody and what they do. You should want people to do what they want to do so that you can see what they're gonna do, if anything. You know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then just let me get hurt in the process.
I mean,
it's so crazy how we as humans do try to control that narrative just because to save ourselves from hurt. But at the end of the day, like if you're doing all this work to save yourself from hurt, it's like, bitch, just get hurt and move on.
But also too, if you're trying to change somebody and mold somebody into someone else, you're gonna get hurt regardless because that person is, you know, like even if they're like playing it cute and trying to do what you want for a little bit, their true colors are going to come out, and and then they're going to resent you on top of that. So then you're really not going to like what they're doing.
And it's not like they're ever going to change unless they want to.
Exactly.
You know, that's not like
unless you grow out of being outside. Being outside is something that you grow out of.
Is it?
I think it is.
Really?
I think it is. And I think that just like there's some people that are more mature than others, there's certain people that you might see at 57 years old that are still outside, but they just haven't matured to that capacity
We
yet.
might be talking about different outsides because I know, like, personally, for my aunts and uncles, they be outside, but they be outside together.
Yeah, that's
and
cute.
then they be outside. I'm telling you, when they be outside, they don't ever go inside.
I'm more so talking about, like, being outside, like,
on your own?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's a different outside, yeah. I feel you. I think you might grow out of that at one point or another.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. But no, because even when we're older, like, I feel like I would want you to go to trips with your friends.
But my outside would be different, you know? Like, my outside is different now than it was
3 years ago?
A few years ago, yeah.
How so?
Like,
let's talk about it, because I don't know.
I don't think we have time for that.
What is the difference?
What do you mean? Like, it's like, I feel like outside at one point for me was like going to like the club and like, I mean, I'll go to the club now, but.
She was just at the club.
What club was I at?
Babe,
what club was I at?
Come on.
What? You didn't even let me.
LA clubs.
You didn't even let me finish.
Okay, go
ahead. I will go to a club if it's like.
I will be there.
No, I'll go to a club if it's like a friend's like situation, or like I haven't seen a friend in a long time and that's what they're doing, so they're inviting me there. But it's not like going outside for me is more like, you know, like just hanging out with friends wherever they.
She's still going to the club. She's just doing different activities at the club. All right.
Well, that too.
Still be at the club.
But I don't be at the club like that. You know I don't be at the club like that. Where do I be mostly?
You literally just asked me, do you want to go to where last night? Where did you ask me? Literally, it was the club.
That's not the club. It's a bar.
Babe.
It's a bar.
Okay.
It's a bar.
All right.
Have you ever been to the Ace downtown?
It's not the club, bro.
It's not the club. It's a hotel. Thank you. Yeah.
It is Ace Hotel. It turns into a club.
It's not a club. It's a bar. It's a lounge. It's different.
They was doing club shit, like bringing out the sparklers and the signs. And
I don't think so,
babe.
I don't think so.
Up to debate. Up for debate.
Up to debate.
Up for debate.
Up to debate.
Shout out to Bad Bunny. He's putting out for Latinos. He's going on tour. He just dropped an album. His album name is called...
Is this why you're wearing the Bad Bunny shirt?
Yeah, shout out to Pops and Roses. Gave me the sweater. Cool graphics. Cozy wozy. It's really hot in here, but that's besides the point. So his album is called Nadie, Sabe lo que va a pasar mañana. We're going to do this really quick... I would say it's a guessing game for you. Where I'm going to just name some lyrics, name some songs, and she's kind of going to guess. Kind of going to guess. Kind of going to...
Have to guess. How about you? Let's start there. Have to guess.
What... Dang, this mimosas.
I'm like, are you trying to speak Spanish and English at the same time?
I'm trying to speak cursive right now, okay? She's going to try to guess what...
You're saying.
It means, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, the title of the album is called Nadie Sabe lo que va a pasar mañana. So, let's try to break it down.
Okay. Nadie sabe.
Lo. Que.
What? That means what?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Excuse me. Va a pasar mañana. So, what's mañana?
Tomorrow.
Okay, so que.
What
so
tomorrow?
What tomorrow?
Okay.
So, nadie.
Nothing.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody what tomorrow?
Nobody knows what tomorrow holds.
Yes!
Nobody knows what tomorrow holds. Oh my god!
Yes!
Oh my god! I'm literally Mexican.
Yes. Good job, babe. I'm very proud of you.
Oh my god!
Literally,
nobody knows what tomorrow.
Phrase.
No, you didn't. You
just
told me
kidding.
3 words.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got it myself.
What? Nobody what?
Nobody knows what tomorrow holds. Right?
Okay, yeah. Nobody knows what's gonna happen tomorrow. In other words,
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Okay.
Okay, so the infamous little beat that's on. Okay, so I'm gonna go to a specific. I'm gonna go to a very specific. Hold on.
What?
She said, which phrase did you want me to break down?
Can I look at it?
All right, so, están hablando solo, están hablando con el eco. This is low-key a bar, huh, Steph? This is a bar. Están hablando solo.
Están hablando. Hablar means to speak. Okay.
Solo.
Speak one. Uno. Más. One.
Yes.
Speak by itself. Speak by yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Están hablando con el eco.
Echo.
So, están hablando solo. So, what did you say?
So, to speak by yourself.
Están hablando con el eco.
Speak by yourself and hear an echo.
Okay. Están hablando... Kinda, yeah. I mean, if you're getting really literal, I guess. Están hablando solo. So, you're talking to yourself. You're talking to your echo. Because you know how an echo talks back? When you're talking to yourself. Have you ever seen The Grinch? And he literally...
Yeah.
Hello! You're an idiot!
I'm an idiot! He said, you're an idiot!
Oh, that's really mature, saying exactly what I said.
Okay, yeah. But that's a bar because he's like, you talking to yourself, you talking to your echo.
Yeah.
And then he says, el signo del dinero es mi nuevo
What?
zodiaco.
What?
Zodiaco. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Zodiaco. El signo del dinero.
A signal of 10.
Dinero.
10.
No.
A signal of money.
Yes.
So a money signal.
Yes. Ese mi nuevo zodiaco.
9 zodiacs. Nuevo. Number of zodiacs.
No, close. But nueve is 9.
Oh.
Nuevo is new. El signo. Stress.
Oh my god.
So he's saying el signo del dinero.
A signal of money is 9 zodiac signs.
No, I just told you nuevo is new.
Is new zodiac signs. Is a new zodiac sign.
So he's saying el signo del dinero.
Signal of money.
The sign, the money sign. You know
the money sign is my new zodiac sign.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, that is the bar.
Okay.
So he had that right with the other one. I'm done with this though. This is takes a lot of work. I'm sorry.
What? I feel like I'm doing good.
She said I want to do another one.
I feel like I'm doing great.
You're doing amazing. She's taking a lot out of me. Dale vamos pa la Gucci.
Gushy.
No.
Wet.
No, Gucci.
Oh.
Dale vamos pa la Gucci pa hacerlo en el probador. Steph, what's that mean?
It's like the
What's probador mean?
where you try on clothes.
Oh,
dressing room?
Oh, probador.
Yeah.
Probador. Okay, that's good.
So let's go to the Gucci store.
Yeah. Pa hacerlo en el probador.
Let's have sex in the dressing room.
Yes. De espaldita y a la vez el vibrador.
El vibrador? Damn, why are you saying?
Oh no, let me play it for y'all. Let me play it for y'all.
Am I teaching you or you teaching me?
The bars are crazy. Listen to the beat. So here we go.
Hey.
Okay. Espalda means back.
Okay.
De espaldita y la vez el vibrador. So I think he's saying.
I'm like, I genuinely have no idea.
So he's gonna do it with you on your back at the same time you're using a vibrator.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Mr. Bunny.
Senior Bunny is hilarious.
Senior Bunny.
One more thing before we go. Perro Negro. Do you know what that means?
Perro Negro. Butt black. Black butt.
Perro?
Perro's butt.
Who taught you that? Because it wasn't me.
Cat?
Morgan. Doggy.
She said,
No, Morgan. It means dog.
oh, black dog?
Yes.
Oh.
Black butt.
My coochie ring, my booty hole round.
Good job, babe. I think you did great.
Thanks.
Good job. I love the effort. The effort was there. A1.
Thank you.
For trying. Thank you for coming on to the Bad Bunny Lyric Show.
Thank you.
We appreciate
Have me back
you.
anytime.
Of course, anytime, sweetheart. Yeah.
Isn't it so, I don't know, for anybody out there that's like dating somebody that speaks another language, like, isn't it just so hot? You know? Like, I'm just like,
didn't know she was gonna
I'd be
say
wanting her to speak Spanish to me, but then I'd be like, okay, I don't know what you're saying. Like, never mind. Can
you translate?
Yeah, please.
You're
It's
hilarious,
just, it's
babe.
just cute.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
You should do
For
one
all the
whole,
bilingues.
for all the bilingues. We should do one episode where you only
Spanish?
speak to me in Spanish.
Oh, that's good. Okay, coming soon. Thank you guys tapping in. Honey, I'm Home Podcast. I'm Priz.
I'm Talon.
The rap.
See ya.
Perro Negro.
I got a black booty.